All right, today we're going to break down the core philosophy of, well, a true legend, Warren Buffett. We're not talking about complicated charts or trying to outsmart the market second by second. Nope, his success really just boils down to patience, the right mindset, and a few incredibly powerful ideas. Let's dive in.
So, let's start with a little thought experiment that Buffett loves to use. Imagine you get the car of your dreams, any car you want, but there's a catch. It's the only one you'll ever get. How would you treat it? You'd read the manual cover to cover, right? You'd fix every little ding, you'd protect it from rust, you'd treat it like it was the most precious thing in the world.
And that right there, that's the whole foundation for his first big principle. This isn't just about a car, it's a whole mindset about ownership.
As Buffett himself says, you might get more than one car in your life, that's true, but you only get one mind and one body. You gotta make them last. There's no trading them in for a new model.
And this is exactly how he looks at investing. You're not just buying a stock ticker, you're buying a piece of a real business that you plan to own and take care of, basically forever. It totally flips the script from short-term trading to long-term care.
Okay, so you've got this one-car mindset. Awesome. But now, how do you decide what to own? Well, that brings us to his next huge idea, defining what he calls your circle of competence.
So what is this circle of competence? It's actually really simple. It's just the stuff you genuinely understand inside and out. It's not about being an expert on everything. In fact, it's the opposite. It's about knowing exactly where your knowledge ends so you know what to just plain ignore.
To really make this click, Buffett uses this brilliant story from baseball. He talks about the legendary hitter Ted Williams, who literally imagined the strike zone as a grid of 77 little squares. He knew exactly which of those squares were in his sweet zone.
And get this. The stats back it up completely. When Williams swung at pitches right in his wheelhouse, he batted .400. That's Hall of Fame stuff. But when he swung at pitches just on the edge, even if they were strikes, his average dropped like a rock to .230. The difference is just staggering. So the real lesson here wasn't just his beautiful swing, it was his incredible discipline to just wait for the pitch he knew he could crush. And this right here is where investing has a huge advantage over baseball.
This brings us to what Buffett thinks is the single greatest advantage an investor has. It's a game where patience isn't just a good idea, it's basically your superpower.
See, unlike Ted Williams, who had to swing if the umpire called a strike, in the world of investing,
there are no called strikes. Think about that for a second. You can stand there at the plate and watch thousands of pitches. Opportunities like Microsoft or General Motors fly right by. And there's zero penalty for not swinging. You only have to take a swing when a big, fat, juicy pitch comes right down the middle of your sweet zone.
All right, so you've got the long-term mindset. You know you need to wait for opportunities in your sweet zone, but how do you actually stay that disciplined? Well, this leads us to Buffett's final and maybe most powerful analogy.
He says, to imagine that when you're born, you're given a punch card with only 20 punch holes in it. And that's it. That's every investment you can make in your entire life. All of a sudden, every single decision becomes massively important. You wouldn't waste them, would you? You'd think, and then think some more.
Just 20 for a whole lifetime. This simple idea forces you to be incredibly selective, almost radically focused. It makes you wait for only the absolute A-plus opportunities. But here's the real twist in all this. While that 20-punch card is great for building discipline, the number of truly great decisions you need to make to get really wealthy is, well, it's even smaller.
That's it, 4 or 5. Buffett really believes that just 4 or 5 fantastic decisions over a lifetime can be more than enough. This isn't about being busy, it's about being right on the few things that really matter.
So how do all these simple, powerful ideas come together to form this amazing strategy? Let's tie it all up.
First, you've got to have that one-car mindset. You're an owner for life. Second, you figure out your sweet zone and you stay there. Third, you use your biggest advantage. You wait patiently for the perfect pitch because there are no called strikes. And finally, you act with the discipline of that 20-punch card, knowing that you only need a few great hits.
And really, what this all boils down to is this. Success in investing isn't about having a genius-level IQ. It's about having the right temperament. It's about having the emotional control to be patient when everyone else is freaking out, and the focus to act decisively when the time is finally right. So, I'll leave you with this question. What's in your sweet zone? What industries or businesses do you understand better than almost anyone? And, maybe the most important question of all, do you have the patience to just stand there and wait for that perfect pitch?
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risk. Please read the offer document carefully before investing.